Hello, beautiful, and welcome to the Prosperous Womb. So today we're going to talk about how to sell high-ticket coaching offers in a workshop. Have you ever considered hosting a workshop to enroll high-ticket coaching clients to market and sell your high-ticket coaching offers or programs? Well, in this video today, I'm going to share how to host a profitable and simple workshop to sell high-ticket coaching offers, what goes into the content for that workshop, how to seed the workshop so that you can actually enroll clients in your high-ticket coaching offers, how to market and sell the workshop, and how to sell the offers inside of your workshop, and how to make sure that it's profitable so that you get money on the front end, the middle end, and on the back end, okay? This video is broken down into 3 parts. I'm going to talk about 11 profit keys. Keys 1 through 5 are going to be in part 1 of the video. Keys 6 through 11 are going to be in part 2 of the video. And in part 3, we're going to dive into the 7-figure profit explosion plan for any coaching workshop in any coaching niche. So let's go. So let's go with profit keys 1 through 5. The first one, when it comes to hosting a workshop to sell high-ticket coaching offers, is to begin with the end in mind. What do I mean by that? I've been to a lot of workshops where the coach hosted the workshop so she could sell her high-ticket coaching offer or program or high-end offer on the back end, but there was no connection between the workshop and the high-ticket coaching offer. So start with the end in mind. What is the outcome that you're co-creating from this workshop? And how is it tied to your high-ticket coaching offer if you intend to sell that on the back end of the workshop? Do you even have a high-ticket coaching offer available for sale? Have you considered how that high-ticket coaching offer is tied to the outcome you'll be co-creating in this workshop? This is not a standalone workshop. The whole point is to actually have an offer that you're going to sell on the back end. If not, the workshop, the bridge, the pathway to sales does not work. And I'm not talking about a complicated funnel. I'm talking about actually having an offer with an outcome that is tied to one element that you are co-creating with clients in this workshop. So let's just say you have a profit explosion high-ticket coaching offer if you're a business coach. And this workshop is a pricing workshop, how to price your coaching offers authentically. And once they've created that outcome in this workshop today, they can flow like oceans of abundance into the profit explosion offer. So again, this is where a signature system comes in, because when you have a framework for a signature system, then the workshop can be one part of that signature system that leads into the final outcome. Okay? Because you need to know that a high-end offer on the back end can actually hold the vision that they have for themselves in this workshop, whether you're a health coach, a career coach, whatever coach that you are. Have the end in mind before you start. Connect the workshop to the outcome that you're selling your high-ticket coaching offer. That way you can start to seed the offer as you train, teach, or coach in the workshop. Seeding the offer just means you can start to talk about the offer, tie it into the conversation, tie that bigger outcome into this smaller outcome, so that way they have the desire to create the 100% and not just the 10% in this workshop. That's profit key 1. Profit key number 2 is profit explosion plan. I call it the PEP. Before you decide on the workshop style, format, marketing, sales, whatever, before you decide on the outcome of the workshop, you need to decide your profit explosion plan. And I'm going to dive exclusively into profit explosion plans in part 3. All of part 3 of the video is all about the profit explosion plan, because it involves some math and some planning on how you're going to turn this workshop into a 7-figure or 8-figure or 9-figure or 5-figure or 1-figure profit explosion plan for your business What is the financial outcome that you want from this? What is the continuity outcome that you want from this? What is it that you want your client's journey to look like so that you can create the income plan that you want for the next 18 months based on the workshops that you're hosting? Okay, that's going to be all in part 3. We're going to do the math step by step so you can see what happens, how to create 7 figures from your workshop, how to create 6 figures, how to create 8 figures, 9 figures, whatever you choose to create. I'm going to walk you through that profit explosion plan. So what's the third profit key? It's create integrated transformation. So your workshop, whatever it is not your life's work. One of the biggest mistakes that I did in 2017 when I was hosting my first workshop was to try to teach people stuff. A lot of stuff, just dump information. My first profit explosion workshop was a life purpose workshop, coming to find your life purpose. It was in 2017, in February 2017, and it was $197, and I hosted 20 women to define their life purpose and find themselves and step into the vision and passion that they had for their lives or their business or their relationships. And it was an information dump site. They were so confused and they were so overwhelmed. I just kept talking and giving information and dumping everything I knew because I thought, this is my life's work and I want everyone to feel it. I want everyone to know it. The best way to create a successful and profitable workshop for your coaching business when you want to sell high-ticket coaching offers on the back end is to create bite-sized transformation. What does that look like? It wasn't until 2019 when I created the high-ticket profit explosion workshops that I learned what integrated transformation looks like. It's bite-sized transformations. So nobody wants to have 12 aha moments in an hour, or in 45 minutes, or in 90 minutes, or in 2 hours. Nobody wants 12 ahas because they cannot integrate all of it to determine whether the desire to step into your higher ticket coaching offer. So the point of all of this is to create one paradigm shift. So one bite-sized transformation that creates a huge paradigm shift. So they get to see, oh my gosh, it's so much easier if I think about it that way. It's so much less threatening when I look at it from this way. Again, let's say you're hosting a pricing workshop and people are used to asking, how much should I charge? What should I charge? Blah, blah, blah. And then you create a paradigm shift, one tiny aha moment, one tiny paradigm shift that creates this huge aha moment. For example, they get to learn for the first time that they could price using their sacred alignment, their own divinity, where they don't have to ask anyone, with just one simple mindset shift. Because when someone realizes that when they look outside of themselves to price their coaching offer, what they're doing is they're killing their own divinity. They're minimizing the energetic capacity. And they are saying, here, look, Betty, I've decided to charge $25,000 for my offer. Do you think that's okay? So Betty now goes into her own mindset and she looks at her through the lens of her insecurities, her lack of confidence, her lack of self-worth. She looks at all of the stories that she's been told and she says to you, no, girl, that's too much. You just sold your divinity for a price. The price being your freedom, and you've taken Betty's insecurities as your new price alignment. And when people get that aha moment in your pricing workshop, it supports them to create a number that they can confidently say so they can step into their profit explosion in your high-end offer. So it doesn't have to be pricing. It could just be simple. If you're a health coach, something simple as saying, if you add an extra cup of water, you could lose that unwanted weight. If you spend 2 more minutes just walking, this could happen. Just that one step where people know, oh gosh, okay, so I have 1/10 of the result. Now, how do I get the 9/10? And that's where you start seeding your offer. This is where you say, and in Profit Explosion, we do blah, 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 blah. But for today, let's focus on X. Okay, so focus on the bite-sized transformation. Let them see the result they want to create in a different way, the process of creating in a different way that's less threatening, less confrontational, and less fearful. The same way you're hosting this workshop, it's a less confrontational way for people who don't want to do high ticket sales to sell high ticket coaching offers, because it gives them the power, the confidence, and the structure and the conviction to create a micro result that everyone sees and gets to experience before they step into the bigger result together. Okay, so that's profit explosion key number 3. Let's go to profit explosion key 4, and that is timing of your workshop. Again, this is not your life's work, and people can only take so much in a short amount of time. I've been to workshops that have been 4 hours. I've hosted 4-hour workshops. I've hosted 3-hour workshops. I've hosted 2.5-hour workshops. I've hosted 30-minute workshops, 45-minute workshops, and 60-minute workshops. And I have to say the sweet spot is really between 45 minutes and 90 minutes. When I was hosting the high ticket profit explosion workshops live, they were between 90 minutes and will go up to 3 hours. It was a max of 8 women. There were coaches, accountants, and attorneys, or sometimes just coaches. And I kept it really small because it was a sacred, intimate space. But if you have 1,000 women or 2,500 people in your workshop, you get to decide how long you want to hold people's attention for. So between 45 minutes and 90 minutes is a sweet spot, no matter what the number is, period. And again, if you're teaching, if you're training, if you're coaching, it's going to depend on what you're doing. For me, my workshops are coaching workshops. So I am talking to you. Everybody has a hot seat moment. Nobody's getting the aha moment from Betty's aha moment. You get your 1 hour with me or your 45 minutes with me. So I limit it to a very intimate group. You decide how long your workshop is going to be based on how long you think it will take to co-create that transformation for everyone in the workshop. And if they don't get the transformation, they usually get it an hour, 2 hours, a week after the workshop, a month after the workshop, but they get the transformation because it's bite-sized enough for you to dive into it in a way that supports them to get the result that they want. Again, limit your time to between 45 to 90 minutes, 2.5 hours max. I have stopped doing the live high ticket profit explosion workshops, but now I've created this evergreen high ticket profit explosion workshops, and those are between 45 minutes and 90 minutes, and those are available at highticketprofitexplosion.com. If you want to see examples of workshops that I have used to enroll high ticket coaching clients into Supernatural and the high ticket profit explosion VIP day on the back end. Okay, I'll talk more about that later. Let's go to profit key number 5. Profit key number 5 is the way that you coach, train, or teach in the workshop experience. So I personally, and the clients that are attracted to working with me, do not do PowerPoints. Yes. So because I work with coaches, my workshops are not somewhere for people to come sit down with a pen and some popcorn and say, okay, entertain me with your dry PowerPoint presentation. No, it's a co-creation transformation. There's nothing I despise more in coaching than going to a workshop where people just sit there and tell me the information about my transformation. A workshop for me needs to be a place where I can co-create the transformation with my coach. So when I leave, I actually have the result or the plan for the result or outcome, okay? And in my workshops, I expect you to leave with the outcome created already. And you get to integrate that outcome in the workshop or 48 hours after, a week after, however long you think it's going to take you to do the thing. But we get to create the result now within 45 minutes to 90 minutes. It's the same with my evergreen high ticket profit explosion workshops on the website. When you do the workshop, you create the result immediately. It's a micro result towards the bigger offer that you get to decide. I have 1/10 of the result. Do I want to step into the offer, another offer with Mimi or with Betty or Tabitha or whoever, so I can create the bigger outcome that I'm choosing for myself? So again, No dry PowerPoint presentations or spreadsheets. Now, if you're teaching or training, that's a whole different situation, because you're training 1,000 or 500 or 50 women. You get to decide, do I want to do a dry PowerPoint presentation? Do I want to do spreadsheets? Or do I want to actually embody the experience by teaching and being present with them one-to-one, even though there are 500 people in the room? If you're coaching, my invitation is to actually coach and co-create transformation and not give information for the transformation. I mean, nobody wants to come to a bicycle riding workshop to learn how to ride a bike and then have somebody do a 5-hour or 30-minute presentation on how to ride a bike. Just go outside and co-ride the bikes, okay? Ride the bike. It's the same thing. Stop with the whole information thing. That is why the message does not land, okay? So come back for part 2, where I'm going to talk about marketing and selling your workshop, where I'm going to talk about all the other areas of the workshop that make it actually profitable, and how to price the workshop so that you make money on the front end, the middle end, and the back end. And then in part 3, we're going to dive into your XK figure month, whatever that is for you, profit explosion, transformation, and plan. Okay? So let me know how this lands for you. It's been good having you, and I want to come back and share the rest of this with you.